Welcome. Good afternoon. This is Maria Quattrone with Be the Solution, and I am so excited today on September 25th to introduce my guest, friend, colleague, client, Monica Miraglilo. Welcome, Monica.
Well, thank you, Maria. I'm so excited to be here today. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited to have you on Be the Solution because you certainly are the solution and offer so many great solutions. So you talk about your journey today, Monica, and how you ended up where you are right now.
Sure. Well, I've been I'm going to go back to my beginning, I guess. I started off modeling about 20 plus years. And I was working with QVC, several other companies throughout my career. And I've always had a desire for design. And one of my biggest inspirations was when I went to Italy during my modeling career, and I was able to see all of the architectural structures and the designs and cathedrals in Italy. It so inspired me in so many ways. And I wanted to bring that back to my home and bring it back to my own personal life. And that was like the springboard to me really wanting to start designing in my life or just in my everyday life, my being. I was a student at Temple University, and I graduated with a bachelor's degree in broadcast journalism. I studied in my field for about 2 years before I really decided to model. And then once I started to get into the modeling world, I was like, wow, this is great. It's not a 9 to 5. And I started to just really take off and do different things. And I was exposed to so many different people and so many different lifestyles. And it just kind of shaped my life. Fast forward, I had a daughter, and my daughter, Savannah, was really the base for me wanting to purchase my first home. My first home, I would say, was I worked in my home to really start doing design and everything. It was basically where I learned to make all the mistakes I needed to make and everything. And so I bought this home, and then every time I wanted to do something, I was like, I don't have the money to really do this. Here I am, a single mom at the time. I just purchased this beautiful home. Well, actually, it wasn't beautiful when I first bought it. It was a dump. My husband now, who was my boyfriend at the time, was like, if you buy that home, I think we're gonna just be done. And my mom was like, you can't buy that home. It's like a money pit. But I had a vision, and I've always felt like I can walk into a space and just have that vision. And so I walked into the house, and I was like, I'm buying the house. I bought the house. Savannah was really my base as to why I needed to buy a house. I wanted to give my daughter a home. And so getting into the whole renovation and everything, I knew that I had to figure it out because I didn't have enough money to really make this house a home. And so I would go to Home Depot every single day, ask the guys, can they help me do this? If they could show me how to put tile down, or if they could show me how to cut a piece of wood. And then I would bring it back to my home and practice.
Wow. So this is 22 years ago?
About 25 years ago.
25 years ago. 25 years you've been practicing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So no overnight success, right?
Yeah, not an easy task. And I was actually physically doing the work. I laid my own tile. I hung my own cabinets, knocked down walls. And eventually my husband, Mike, got involved. He started to scrape the wallpaper off the walls and everything. So that whole, I'm not going to be with you turned into he was here and we worked together. And so moving forward in my entire journey, I learned that, if you put your best foot for it, and if you have a dream, just go for it. I'm like, Why am I going to stay back and let someone tell me I can't do it? Let me just do it. You know, nothing beats a failure but a try. And I've always said that to my children and to myself. And so then I started to use my home as a showcase for getting clients. And people would come and they'd be like, oh my God, your home is so great.
Oh my God, it is.
From that point on, I started doing design work and I started getting into the business, and people would call me and say, you know, I saw that you did this for a friend and I was wondering if you would come and help me with this journey or whatever the case might be within their home. And then I started to get really into it. Aside from doing modeling, I was always doing a design on the side, and it was really like a fun experience. And, you know, I just loved to do it. That was my thing at the time. Aside from that, moving forward again, Michael and I, we finally were married, and I came up with this idea because after each one of my after each one of my designs with my clients, I would give them a pillow to say thank you. And it was like a custom pillow that I would make out of a scarf or a fabric, but I would mix them. It wasn't like a normal cookie cutter pillow. So Michael said to me one day, he says, wow, that's a really cool pillow. And I was like, I know, right? And so we were just thinking of just other things, because I've always wanted to get my hands into other things. I never was just happy with just doing one thing. And so he was like, you know, maybe you should try to do something. I was like, you know, yeah, maybe I should open a pillow store. But I didn't want to just open a pillow store. I wanted to open a store that was going to like far past what you would normally see. So then I was like, oh, let's start like a Build-A-Bear, but with pillows. And then I got together. Everyone was like, oh my God, you're so crazy. All my model friends, they all joined in. They came, they supported. I got a place in Haverford on the main line, and I called the place Fill a Pillow. And Fill a Pillow was a custom pillow design space where you can come in and actually pick out your fabric, your trim, and basically make a custom pillow the same day. Unheard of, no one's ever done. And I mean, they were custom pillows. So the word got around on the main line that there was this store where you can come and get these custom pillows, and the women ate it up. Not only did I do that, but I also had pillow parties for children, and I also had pillow parties for girls. So we had girls' night out, and they would do wine and cheese. It was just really a cute spot. I mean, I love a pillow. Unfortunately, I had to move on. It was a little overwhelming for me to take on by myself, but I was in business for about 5 years. And still to this day, I get people emailing me, oh, I wish Fill a Pillow was around. We did custom pillows, bedding, outdoor cushions, window treatments. We did everything. But our same day service was with the pillows. So it's just awesome. And then from that point, this is where it really began. I met my very dear friend, Tony Rufo, and mentor. I'm sure you know him, Maria.
Of course.
He is a bull and the king of developing and building in this city and around the surrounding areas. And he came into my store and he says, you know, kid, you've got something here. How would you like to come and work for me? And I was like, really? And I didn't really take him seriously. But here, he thought that my design taste was enough to come and work for him.
So he found you at the store?
Yes, he did. He found me at the store. And he really shaped my life in the building there. He brought me down to one of his projects he was working on called the Hawthorne Building. And the Hawthorne Building was a condo building, and it had several different units in there. And he says, do what you want. And I was like, oh my God, this guy is serious? And so from that point on, he trusted and believed in me enough to take me seriously, to let me go and design his properties. Now you have to understand, he's been in business for over 30 plus years. He didn't design.
Well, it's a big deal. What people don't know, it's a very big deal. There's 56 units in the building. I knew Tony back then. Actually from the Union League, to be admit. And I remember when he was building that building, and to have somebody like him take you under their wing and then say, it's all yours is a big deal.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. So that's really interesting, Monica.
Yeah. So he basically shaped my life. And so as far as really getting into building, he was who I looked up to. Like, he let me do all the design, but I learned a lot about building through him. Tony is honestly, like, I feel one of the best builders I know personally, and just as a friend. He's just a great person. Basically, he taught me that if you are going to build, you have to build from the inside out, and you have to build from the ground. Not meaning that you need new construction, but if you're going to go into a home and you're going to rehab, the first thing you need to do is take it to the studs. A lot of people, a lot of builders, they want to put a Band-Aid on building, and it shows. And so he always said, if you're going to set yourself apart and you want to lay down your head at night and feel good about what you are giving your client, you start from the core. And so I took that advice and I used it in my building. Basically, again, like I did I worked with him for many years, and I still work for Tony. I will never stop working for him. I feel like I owe him so much. He had me work on his homes in the main line, Gladwin, the river, basically. And I just did a project with him, which we worked on for 3 years plus. It's almost done. It's almost completed. It's pretty much completed, excuse me. But the brush factory. And the brush factory, I worked from the beginning till now. And it was just it was a big deal to work on that project, 151 units. I was in that building like almost every day, working hand in hand with the engineers, planning, watching everything start from the beginning, like as far as the plumbing and, just the whole core, freezing cold day in and day night, and at night. Just being in that building was just such a huge thing for me to be a part of.
Takes a lot of commitment to do that.
It was. I never ever thought in a million years I would be a part of something so big. And he had me in on the planning. He had me in on picking the colors for the exterior. I did all the interior colors, picking the flooring. I had purchase orders with Home Depot and Lowe's that was like longing in my entire body. It was just such a huge thing. And it gave me the opportunity to cultivate relationships with different vendors and so forth. And now when people see me, they're like, oh, you're doing a project, so it's like such a big deal, the fact that he gave me the opportunity. And then I went in there and I totally designed, and helped design with his son, and the team of workers that he has are great. And then basically we came together and we were able to open last year, and it was great. We had an opening and everything, and it's a beautiful building.
Beautiful building.
And I was very, very happy to be a part of it. So basically, because of that, because of me working with Tony, my husband, who was into a different business, he said, maybe we should do something together. And, 9 times out of 10, I was like, I don't know about that. Because, it's hard to work with your spouse.
No, really?
And so I was like, okay. So, we tried. The first one was very bumpy, I have to say, but I try to step back because I don't want to be like, I already knew this or I told you so, but I let, things take its course. And then, in the beginning, my husband wanted to just not take all the studs down or do X. And I was like, no, you got to do it this way. But eventually, he understood where I was coming from. And now we work together hand in hand. He goes in and he GCs the property. I'll go in first and I'll say, okay, I want this, that, and the other, and talk to the framers. And then he'll come in and he'll make sure that everything gets done. He'll give me a white box and then I'll come in and paint it. And that's basically what I'm doing now. So now I'm doing different projects all over. with different builders, along with working with Michael, my husband. And it's been really a nice journey.
You'd love it.
Yes.
What is the most challenging part of it for you right now?
As far as working with Michael, or just
no, just in the business. I mean,
I want to say that maybe the most challenging is just getting quality workers. First of all, we started off with we subcontract. Like, I didn't want to take on like the responsibility initially of having employees, because just things just get cloudy. And basically I started subcontracting work out, and then I meet with a couple of guys. But my biggest challenge is me molding a contractor and telling them this is the way it has to be done, because they're looking at me like, I've been doing this forever and you're not going to tell me X, Y, Z. But the thing about it is that I'm not trying to walk in their lane. I just want them to understand this is the way I want you to do it for me, because I'm super anal when it comes to detail. I don't want it a certain way, and I want it to represent me. So it's really challenging to try to mold guys who's been in the business forever and see, and take orders from me. I got a crew now. They love me, they love or hate me, but at the end of the day, it's my way or the highway, and they know that. So, they just kind of just bend. It is.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, exactly.
My way or the highway. It is. It's tough. Listen, it's tough today, and it's always going to be tough to find the right team. Yeah. But once you get them, then you keep it going, and you keep pushing forward. Yeah. So you have a lot of exciting things coming up.
I do. I am so excited. There are several things that I've been working on during this quarantine and prior to the quarantine, but I was able to really put my foot to the metal and make it happen. So I'll start with the first new venture that I'm working on. My very first new venture, which I'm launching October 15th, is I'm starting a Eurocentric home line. And I'm going to launch that October 15th, and I'm partnering up with a friend of mine in New Jersey. And basically, I'm going to have a showcase there with some, a couple of close friends and people in the industry, because we can't be too many people now that we're in this stage in our lives in 2020. And so that right there, I'm really excited. A lot of my properties, well, all of my properties, we do custom vanities, custom islands, custom doors, and custom hoods. And so I'm going to showcase those things at my launch party, well, not party, my launch opening. And I am so excited to do this. It's something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. And now I'm able to do it. And I partner up with some really cool people who are able to help me move this along. It's going to represent me and all the things that I love. And, a lot of people are constantly inboxing me and wanting me to make certain things for them. So now they can buy them. And going to sell them online, and I'm going to have them showcase different places throughout the city, and we'll see how that goes.
So can consumers commission a piece, or are you going to have them already done, or are they both?
So I'm going to have a couple of pieces already made that I can duplicate, and then there will be a couple that'll be custom, that'll be one of a kind pieces. And the name of my line will be called Willow.
I love it.
I love the name Willow. Everyone's like, why Willow? Well,
because the tree. The trees.
Huh?
Because of the wood in the trees.
Exactly. And I just think it's
I love it. It's adorable.
Exotic. I love it. So I just I'm going to name it Willow. But each one of my pieces that will come out, whether it's in the season or not, I will come up with a different name and so forth. But that is going to be the first one, and I'm launching that October 15th. So I'm really super excited.
That's super duper exciting.
Yes, yes. And then my next venture is, a couple of people might know, but my next venture is Girl Build. And Girl Build, I started last year working on. And basically, I started off because I'm in the industry of building and designing. And I'm constantly going on the sites and going, on different buildings and so forth. And the first thing I want to say is, first, I'm a model. Okay, so I have style. And I'm like, I can't go in with these boxy looking pants and overalls. And I just was like, ew, I can't do this. Like, I can't wear them. And then I can't go in the sites with my clothes looking so like beat up. Like, I can't get my clothes all messed up. You know what? I'm gonna start a construction line for women in the building industry. And so we've been working so hard. And basically, I am launching that October 10th, 10/10/20. We are going to launch the clothing gear line for women. I'm super excited about that. And along with that, we are going to also provide for women a platform where they can come and basically build a better them or better you. So Girl Build is basically, it's a mission and a community of women. And I'm giving them a platform to build their lives, build their dreams, or build homes, whatever they want. If they want to build their self-esteem, if they want to build being someone who is into marketing, if they want to build and learn about real estate, this is a platform for them to be able to learn and be able to express themselves. Basically, I feel like we all know that men build. They build homes and everything. But we as women, we build lives. We build homes. We build relationships. We are the backbone of building. So what better place to come and to be able to inspire other women and have a platform for them to be able to like really feel like they are empowered. And so that's the mission of Girl Build. Along with that, again, like I said, I'm going to do the gear and the workshop. But the big news, Maria, is I just partnered with Sherwin-Williams. And Sherwin-Williams and I did a collaboration where I am going to have my paint choices in a fan deck so that you go into a Sherwin-Williams store and say, what colors does Girl Build have? Or does Girl Build have a fan deck for me to choose from for my colors? So I am just stoked about that. Never in a million years thought that opportunity would be able to come my way, but here it is. And
that's amazing. Congratulations, Monica.
Thank you.
How did you make that happen? Did they contact you or did you reach out to them?
So there was two young ladies who approached me and basically came and said, they saw what I was doing, and we had a conversation, and they were really interested in Girl Build. And then I was able to talk to people, higher ups in Sherwin-Williams. And they basically said that they were so stoked about the idea and they would love to be partners. And so here we are.
That's fantastic. So you're going to launch with them on October 10th, 2020?
I'm launching October 10th, Girl Build, but we will possibly have this fan deck probably mid-October.
So then what does it look like? Somebody can go right into a Sherwin-Williams and get the Girl Build fan deck?
Girl Build fan deck, exactly. They can do that. So I'm really excited about that. That's like big.
That's big.
Yeah.
So what do we learn? We never give up on our dreams. Never.
And you know what? I learned that it's, I have such great support from so many people in my life. You, it's one. And, I think when you give off good energy, you receive it back. And things have just been, coming to me left and right. And, I'm here to build anyone up. Like I want everyone to do well. I want everyone to be able to succeed, and so, there are people who might come to me and they say, Monica, well, how do I do this? I have no problems with helping them, but when you give, you get back. And not necessarily that's why I give, but that's just my inner self. Like I am that person, I'm a giver. And I feel like it pays off at the end of the day. And I'm very blessed and thankful that, I am able to help people or educate people or be that person to really be sincere about what I do. This is passion, be able to help someone else have that same, passion, or help them with their passion in the building industry. For me, when I say grow build, for me, it's building homes. But for someone else, it might be something else. But it's really good for me to feel empowered to be able to empower someone else.
So that's a tough thing to do. I mean, Monica, there's a lot of people right now that have been going through a lot of hardship, and they might not know what to do. Like, what do you do when you feel bad? What do you do when you feel like, gosh, there's no choices?
Well, what I've done, one, I start to pray. And I mean, it's just a fact of mine. I start to pray. Number two, I surround myself around other good people with good energy. I never sit back and mope. Like I just can't. This has been a trying year for everyone. We all are feeling it. Like it's such a different situation for us all. Like this is not a norm, So do I sulk in it, or do I get up and do something and become inspired? And that's what I did. You cannot let this be a setback. This whole thing. As a matter of fact, during the pandemic and during this whole process, we sold like 4 properties virtually. It was the craziest thing. And it's like, like if I would have been like sitting back and just saying, oh my God, oh, well, it's me, or this is never going to happen, or the whole world's coming to an end, then nothing would get done. So the one good thing is to definitely surround yourself with good energy, family, be positive, and again, nothing beats a failure but a try. I never thought I would be in this situation, but I put myself out there, and here I am. I'm not saying that I'm like this great person, but I do know what I know, and I do know how to make it, fit my life and fit the people that I'm servicing. So it's just, I would just say, just really be positive and just put your best foot forward. Always don't come at people thinking that they owe you anything, because no one owes anyone anything. Know that, we have to work together, and this is a team. When you walk into, let's say, a Home Depot, say hello. It makes those people's day so nice. I just left Home Depot, by the way. I got home at 11:30. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta hurry up and get ready. It was crazy. And so I walked in there and I said hello. And guess what? You're like, oh, hi, how you doing? And then I was like, I need some wood and I need it fast. Guess what? Because I said hello, I think I was able to get that wood fast. It was crazy. I was like, what? That was the fastest I ever got in and out of Home Depot ever. So I just I try to keep a smile on my face when I'm out in the public, because no one knows your story but you. So if you walk around with a smirk on your face, and just you know what I mean? It's just always be friendly and nice, and you want to feel like you can engage with someone and people feel comfortable with you. So that's my thing.
I think now, especially, I went to a little farmer's market last week, and every little vendor I talked to, I was like, thank you so much. I hope you have a great weekend. And, when you're just, it's nothing. It's just thank you. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great weekend. Little tiny, just tiniest little of things. makes such a big difference, because you don't know what's going on in somebody else's world. And you don't know if your little thank you and smile and wishing them a great day will have extremely helped them. You don't even think like of nothing of it, but it means a lot to people. Just being kind and friendly and, hopeful, because we have to be hopeful. I think being hopeful right now is really important. And we created Be the Solution podcast so that we can give a platform for, real estate agents, local business owners, influencers, like authors of books, so we can educate the marketplace, and we can bring value to people and give a platform for people to tell their story about how they're the solution. And there's a lot of ways that we cannot be the solution right now, right? There's a lot of things we could put our head in the sand.
It's true.
And look, I was a very social person, and still am, before this pandemic.
Yeah.
And so I had to find a way to be out and about without being out and about, since I, unlike you, did not leave the house for 2 months.
Yeah.
For various reasons why, with the lockdown on the real estate industry, but we were able to still do business, thank God.
Right.
During that time, but I had to find a way. So I figured this would be a great way, and it can showcase, and it shows people, don't ever be afraid.
Exactly.
Right? Don't ever be afraid to put yourself out there. And people probably say stuff about me, whatever. I mean, if it is what it is. I do think like it is super exciting though I see people like you, Monica, who are launching businesses right now. What do you think? You're launching a business in a pandemic. Are you afraid?
No, I'm not. Again, I give everything to God. I ask his permission, and hopefully his blessings are like here. I feel like the blessings have come one after another. Even having this platform today to be on your show or your Be the Solution, I'm not afraid at all. I think being afraid just holds you back. And nothing beats a failure but a try. I stepped out on faith when I bought my house. Everyone was against it. Everyone. I did it, and here we are. I stepped out on faith with Pillow, and that was in the middle of a crisis, actually. It was around the time, I think, that the stock market plummeted. And here, my business was not a necessity. It was a luxury. And I was on the main line. But that really took off. And I sometimes wish I still had Pillow, but it was just a little overwhelming to be doing everything on my own. And what I did learn, though, is in every success, you need a team. You can't be the know-it-all. You can't be just the person to just do it all by yourself. You need a team. And I'm very fortunate to have some really strong women around me right now. And my husband. My husband's a great backbone for me. He's a lot of work, but he's great, However, it's great to have a team of women. My sister's involved, my daughter, my dear friend Brittany, my friend Nicole Moore. They are some pretty powerful women. And I have other women who are a part of my team that will become a part of my team. And you, of course. But I'm just very, thankful to have the support. And I think it's very important to have that team base. Like, you have to. You will not succeed. And if I had a team when I had Pillow, I think it would still be around, because there's so many different things that I did, and it was just overwhelming. I actually opened the store, and then I was pregnant with my son, Michael. And then I had to go on bed rest. But I was fortunate to have, actually a very dear friend, and she used to be my vendor or client where I used to work. She worked at Saks Fifth Avenue, Jane Carton. She basically came and helped run my store, and she worked at Saks for so many years that she pulled in all of her clients in Saks. And it kept my business afloat. I was so thankful and grateful to her. But, you know, at the end of the day, it was just me being a one-man show, and I just couldn't do it. It was a great concept and a great store, but, you know, it just really taught me a lesson. You know, you need a team, as you have a team of women or a team of people around you to make your business, you know, move faster and smoother. But it's just very important. Very.
It's about 100% team and building a community.
Exactly.
And building a community. And I think that the work that you do with Michael and some of your other clients about building community, building homes in Brewery Town and Grace Ferry and Point Breeze, and bringing a beautiful product to people that are purchasing things for under $300,000. I mean, what they can get with a Monica product, Style by Monica, is a fabulous product that honestly, like, I tell people all the time, don't use my comp for Monica and Michael's house as a comp, because you're not going to deliver the same finish.
Yeah.
And we're always the highest priced comp in the neighborhood. We push the market, and it's all about, though, developing a great product for, you know, regular people, right?
Yeah.
Working people, young professionals.
Yeah,
And
that's one of the things, I'm sorry, I apologize. Go ahead.
No, this guy. No.
That's one of the things that we pride ourselves on. That's one good thing about Michael and I working together. We want to give a product that we're proud of and that we know our client loves. I definitely set myself apart from most and all builders because I don't want the cookie cutter look. I want people to walk in and be like, wow. And that's the reaction we get. And, you know, I'm very big on doing different things like the lighting or just, you know, the different pieces that I design or, you know, that we put into our spaces. A lot of the like, for instance, my kitchens, I do white. But the reason why I do the white, like a lot of people say, no, like people say, how come you don't do another color kitchen cabinet? Because it's not me living in the house. I have to remain neutral. So I'm giving them a white kitchen cabinetry, but then I'll add those extra pieces to make it their own or custom. And then my husband and like other people will say, well, why don't you just do them all the same? Because when I walk into a place, they're not all the same. Like I walk into a space and I get a vision right away. It's just crazy. And I feel like each home deserves its own identity. And so I do them differently. And they're on a shoestring budget. Like they're not like, people say, oh my God, that must have cost you so much money. But no, it really didn't, because I know how.
By the time it gets to you,
yeah,
there's not much left.
Exactly. How about that?
They use all that money on the plumbing and electric.
Oh my God.
You have like a little budget to work with.
I have the littlest budget. It is the craziest thing. And it just wears me out, but I make it work.
You get it done, girl.
I'll tell you one thing. You know, it's my best friend? 2x4s. They are my best friend because I can take a 2x4 and make it the best thing ever. It's just the funniest thing. Like, I'm like, okay, can you go get me some more 2x4s or 1x3s, by the way, that too. But I can take those things and create the best place or best space ever. It's the funniest thing. But yes, you know, we definitely try to set ourselves apart. You know, I have several builders. They're like, yeah, all I do is copy your stuff. I'm like, okay, that's great. I'm flattered. I don't, you know, what am I supposed to do? So it's fun. You know, I enjoy it. This is something I love to do. Like, it's absolutely what I love to do. I didn't go to school for it. It's just, you know, some things are just inside of people. Self-taught,
self-made.
Yes, exactly.
It's possible. I always say to people, they ask like, why, you're successful. I said, why? I said, because I believe. And they were like, what do you mean? I said, I believe.
Yes.
I believe in God. I believe in myself. I believe that, you know, and guess what? We fail. And sometimes we do stupid shit or we make a wrong decision. But if you learn from it, okay. And I don't know about you, Monica, but the only way I've known how to succeed is to fail forward.
Absolutely.
So it's a constant learning. People will say, well, you must know it all. You've been in this business. I'm like, you know what? I don't know it all, but I know a lot, and I'm willing to learn every single day.
Yes.
Right. So you're willing, like it shows the willingness, your willingness, the actions you take. Mm-hmm. And how I say, how you do one thing is how you do everything.
So true, Maria. So true.
Like I'm fanatical about details of things, right? And I'm not an analytical person. I'm a driver and expressive, but I am fanatical. And if it's not done the right way, I'm like, you better start over and do it again.
That's that Leo in you. I'm a Leo. I'm like, the guys would be like, oh boy, here she comes. You know, it's so funny. I'm like, take it down. Doesn't work. And I don't care. I'm like, you are not going to represent me that way. No. But you know, it's funny because like I have one guy and he is so funny and he knows. He's like, he'll come in, he goes, Monica, I did this. I'm like, and I walk in and I'm like, what happened here? You know, because like he was trying to build up how great he did everything else here, but he knows that I'm going to get to that point. And it's just so funny. But, you know, he is now like, he's been with me for 4 years and he knows what I like and he knows what I don't like. And he's like, even he says to my husband, I don't know about that. I don't think he'll call me, my husband, he has a nickname called me Walkie. He goes, I don't think Walkie's going to like that. So it's just really, you know, funny. And I just want people to know like this is a Monica or a Miraglilo property. Like Michael and our website is Miraglilo Properties. But when you go to the website, I want you to see what we do. And you know, it's just what we want people to see us in a different way. We want to be like we just want to have that edge to our style, to our properties and stuff like that.
So it doesn't happen overnight. It took time to get to here.
Mm-hmm.
So plans and goals for 2021 and beyond.
Plan and goals. But
where do you want to take the businesses to?
I mean, I want to take them. I just want to basically take my time. And I want to cultivate what I'm doing and basically bring others along with me. I definitely would love to have my workshops and to be able to take other women on board who are in the business and cultivate them or just have them, you know, show them the ropes, like show them how to start to do everything the proper way. Because it is a process. It's from going into getting your license, getting OSHA certified, going and pulling your permits. You know, it's not just saying, oh, I'm a builder. No, it doesn't work like that. Or I'm a designer. Oh, I have great style. It doesn't work like that. You have to put in the time. You have to really be a part of the dream that you have or a part of it. It's like a whole process. And so I want to be able to inspire and motivate women in my field through Girl Build and basically give them the tools and the knowledge to be able to succeed. That's the first thing. Whereas, and along with that, make sure that they're wearing Girl Build gear doing it. So I want to like get all my Girl Build t-shirts and my hats and my sweatshirts and my jumpsuits and all my cool things and like get it out to the masses so they can be like walking around and be empowered with my stuff. Aside from that, the furniture line, I would love to have these items in different stores or, have builders or have people contact me and have me custom make them the vanities or even like my clients, that I might do design for, make them the special island or the special hood or the special barn door. I just want to flood the market and Monica-nize everything, basically.
I love it. So you got 3 businesses going.
Yeah.
How do you keep it all together? How do you juggle it?
The team.
The team.
It's all
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Exactly.
As we always say. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah. My sister Ebony. She's an amazing person. She is in charge of like my marketing, and she also has a business called Story in the Cities. And she basically totally took over my social media. I know you guys have been seeing it like being pumping in your face, but she is the bomb.com. I'm like, okay, you just go ahead and do it. Like, she is on it. So she is amazing. And then my daughter is just amazing. Like, she has taken Girl Build to new levels. She basically designed the logo. And then the website, she did all the websites. She did MonicaMiraglio.com, Miraglio Properties, Girl Build. Girl Build is still under construction, but we'll be launching it October 10th. But she's amazing. Like, I am so thankful to have such a beautiful daughter. The fact that she was what taught me to build, because I look at her and I felt like I built a beautiful, inspiring, amazing, talented daughter. Like, she's amazing. I'm so happy for her.
She is amazing.
She's got a great soul. She's so creative. And like, I'll be like, Savannah, I need a logo. Boom, here it is. And then I'll be like, Savannah, I need a website. Like, I don't know what I would do without her. Or, Savannah, I need you to edit this. So she's an editor in New York. Right now, of course, because of COVID, she's been working from home, but she is amazing. She just did a Christina Aguilera video last night that she like totally put together. She just did like the Fashion Week promo. She's done Shark Week. She's just amazing. And she works for Condé Nast in New York City. And basically she would work and edit all their social media content. So I'm just blessed to have her a part of my life. And the fact that I was able to build her up enough where she's in a position where she is now. And she continues to build mommy's confidence and make me feel like I'm a rock star. So I am just so excited with her. And then my dear friend, Brittany, she's a great friend. And we became friendlier through other friends who I'm very close with. And, you know, she basically takes everything that I need and puts it into the format that I wanted and makes it happen. And then my girl, Nicole Moore, she is from afar, but she is amazing. Like, this girl, she can take a company from here to here. So I am really excited to be amongst some of the most amazing women in my life. And then I have to say, my mother. My mother she's inspired me to do everything in my life. Because of her, I exist. And because of her, I am who I am, because she's always been creative. And she's always been the person that everybody comes to and, have it entertain and everything. And if anyone knows me, they know I'm a great cook.
Oh, yeah. You certainly are.
We entertain. This is the house of entertaining. We do nothing but party and drink and eat and party. No, I'm just kidding. But we love to entertain. So it's just like, and all of those stem from my mother, I would have to say. Like, I was brought up in a house where we just love to have people over, and we love to cook for them, and we love to just like have people around us. And it's like that at my home, and constantly like people coming in all the time, and just enjoying life. That's what it's all about. Enjoying.
That's what it's all about. You are a gracious hostess and a fabulous cook for sure. We always have an amazing time until it's like, somebody's falling asleep.
Yeah.
Either you or Chip.
Everyone knows me. I have videos all over the internet of me falling asleep in clubs, restaurants. It's horrible. That's because I'm tired. I wake up at the crack of dawn every morning, and I'm running. Like, I don't stop. When I sit down, finally, I'm done. It's
what impresses me the most is how you could take a cat nap for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, sit there, and then get up and say, okay, where's the wine?
It is true. The funniest thing, like, I went to the Union League with you once, and I'm sitting at the bar sleeping. I was so embarrassed. You were like, that's it. You're never coming back again. Horrible.
And we haven't been back since. No, that's because of the pandemic.
Oh dear God. My friend Jen Gruber came over one time and she was like in the middle of a conversation and she turned around, she goes, "Is she sleeping? Is she sleeping?" It has nothing to do with anyone. It's just I'm tired.
Oh, it's crazy. But you know, life's about, I think, working hard and having a good time and spending it with your family and friends, and friends become family, and you know, it's great to have all of those great women in your life, and I know several of them, and they are rock stars.
And you yourself, you have been such a great support to Michael and I. Like, I can't tell you, like, you know, listen, I think you're amazing as a woman. Like, you're bull. And like, I hear stories and I see you. And honestly, like, you take things to the next level. And it's just so like amazing to see like how like you just take your company from where it is and you just continue to come up with different ideas to be able to market yourself. And I think it's incredible. It's amazing. You know, you have given us so much as well. Like, you know, having other investors come into our lives and being able to provide for us an opportunity to build more. You know, I have to say thank you to that because you're an inspiring person. And I think you would be one of my first choices to be a part of Girl Build and be the platform to show other women how amazing you are. You really are an amazing person. And I'm thankful for you to be a part of my life.
Oh, you're going to make me cry.
Don't. It's true.
Thank you.
It's true.
Thank you. I do appreciate those kind words because, you know, we so often we hear a lot of, you know, not kind words sometimes. So it's great.
Yeah.
We love you and Chip and I, and we love you and Michael. You guys you've been great.
Yeah.
Great to work with. And I am really thankful, honored, and blessed to have you both in our lives. And I'm really am excited for you and your journey with Willow and Girl Build. And it's exciting. Yeah. And I wish you a ton of success with it. I think it's going to take off, and I'm going to introduce you to a few people I think that you can really help, and that would be a great introduction for you for Girl Build. So
thank you so much.
Good. And we'll be at the Willow launch. So
yeah, I'm so excited. I'm really
great. That's great. Well, I am grateful and appreciative of you, Monica, and being on Be the Solution. I thank you so much for your time. I love your energy.
Thank you.
Your enthusiasm and your beautiful inside and out.
Thank you so much, Maria. I really appreciate it. I thank you for allowing me the opportunity to be here today. I just hope that I was able to inspire another builder or designer.
Yes. Yes, you are being the solution.
Thank you.
Have a great one.
You too.